some reflecting and looking to the past, which I think a lot of us can do right now. And something of interest that I'm not sure if all of you or some of you may know is that Martin Luther King was in this town in 1964 and spoke at Marietta College in Dyson-Botto. It was full, absolutely packed, and that is very important that he was here during that time. And I'm going to be quoting him a lot during this, and I express to you to go listen to that speech. You can find it online. It's at Marietta College, of course, and you can listen to the actual live recording. But it speaks a lot about what's going on right now in our country, and it has lots of good sources and ways that we can help. So I would like to start with that, so that way you guys understand why I'm quoting it so much, but it's very much so relevant with what's going on. So, like I said, I'm Kalea Rake. I'm from Marietta, Ohio, and I grew up in a white family. I am a mixed baby, of course. I'm very light-skinned, if you can't tell, and a lot of you guys have gotten to know me as who I am. So I come from two different worlds, and I've always known from a young child, your parents kind of let you know that there's going to be some people that are going to talk to you and not accept you for who you are, and you have to prepare for those conversations. And so I want to talk to you about my first experience of racism when I was a child, and then I'm going to continue to quote MLK after that. When I was little, I went to an after-school program, and there was a point in time where we were getting in line, and I was being silly and loud, and you know what kids are. And I got a tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and there was a little kid, and he told me that he didn't like me. And I was like, well, why? You know, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. And he said that he didn't like me because I was black. And this is from a child. I was maybe in 4th grade. And I asked him, I was like, well, why don't you like me because I was black? And he told me because my mother was black.
Specifically not
and
taking the mold off the face, the hands, or the feet, because Crispus Attucks was the first African-American killed in the Revolutionary War in George Floyd. So we had planned to clean that off, but I'm specifically leaving that.
Oh, okay. After that, the kid never really talked to me again about it. It wasn't an issue. It wasn't like he didn't like me or anything, but that was my first situation as a young child. And I guess my point of bringing that up is to understand that is, as young as we are, we learn that we are different, and that we look different, specifically in this community. So, moving on. He never brought it up again, but I remember being raised to understand that those differences will happen and that I should handle them well. So I would like to quote Martin Luther King's speech. The speech was "The Future of Integration," and he said, "We have come a long, long way, but we have a long, long way to go before the problem is solved." And that was in 1964. And I think he would be proud to know that this many people are here to support this cause. So MLK was proud of his accomplishments and the accomplishments of the nation. And he also understood that there is a long way to go before it's perfect for the future generation like us now. And he said, after speaking lots of facts of everything that has happened, all of the things that they have done well, that if he stopped at that point, he would just be telling the truth. But you see, fact is merely the absence of contradiction, but that truth is the presence of coherence. So he wanted to speak on the way that things were still needing to be adjusted. He brought up that there are many white persons of goodwill who have seen the moral light and who are absolutely committed to racial justice. And I think, like I said, that he would be so proud to know that this is the largest movement in history across the globe that is happening. He would be so proud to know that this amount of support is happening. So he went on to talk about 2 myths that people were worried about the movement not continuing. Those 2 myths were, the first one is that only time can change people's hearts, but that's not necessarily true. When evil men combined, good men must unite, like we are. And people always think that they will change eventually, that that'll come in 100 or 200 years. But the time right now is always the time to do something right. So, to my friends, I want to encourage you to take away a few things from this, things that you can leave with, all right? So what I would like to say is that the white man, this is another quote from Martin Luther King, the white man must make justice of a reality for their black friends. Not merely because the law says it, because it is right, because the black man is your brother.
Yeah.
Your black brothers need you to free us of our fear so that we can free you of your guilt of our enslavement from years ago. That's what we need. Our destinies are intertwined, that we have to do this united and with love. It is no longer a choice between violence and non-violence. It's either non-violence or non-existence. And that's how this should be handled. It's not a choice of violence or non-violence. It's non-violence or non-existence. So I want to say that again.
Amen.
Our people have dealt with so much, and Martin Luther King in this speech talked about many statistics that he had about the decline of lynching, the less in churches being burned and stuff like that. And I'm sure he'd love to hear that less and less is happening. But I love that as soon as something does happen, we do come together. He would be so proud to know that you guys are here. And so I want to leave you with two other things as well. One is that I would like you to listen to that speech in its entirety because I'm not doing its justice at all. The second thing is that I would love to talk to anyone who has any more questions because I have listened to the whole speech and it's all written up. I can send you all kinds of stuff. And that I totally 100% love what you guys are doing right now. So thank you very much. I'm Kaleric. Thank you guys.